December, January, February, and then fading as we go into the spring. What does that mean? Well, unfortunately, those don't have a huge bias for Nebraska. I mean, generally, when you have a La Nina, you've got a warm and dry winter across the southern tier, colder than average Pacific Northwest Northern Plains, and lake effect snows. But what about here in Nebraska? Well, you have to consider, is it a weak, moderate, or strong La Nina? Last year was a very strong El Nino. This winter, people put together all these computer models and chart them out, and the threshold zero would be average, minus 0.5 degrees Celsius for the water in the central Pacific is a weak La Nina. Minus 1 degree Celsius is a moderate, minus 1.5 is a strong. This is the kind of consensus forecast, right around minus 0.5. So that should be a weak La Nina. This is NOAA's outlook for at least the first part of winter, still kind of warmer than average over much of the country. And drought is not going away. Even if we get another 2 inches of rain this weekend and early next week, is going to take more than that to cure drought here across the nation's midsection. So this is the winter outlook from NOAA for temperatures this winter. Warm and dry, warmer than average across the south, colder than average Pacific Northwest, kind of classic standard La Nina. Dry as far as precipitation across the south, wet the Pacific Northwest, and the snow in the Great Lakes. One thing to note, these La Ninas in my 32 years here have been really variable. You get some big warm-ups, and then the jet stream will buckle, and you get what we like to call the Yukon cold rush, the outbreak of cold air. Now, Andy Kendi, he was saying to me, Bill, I used my snow thrower once last year. We're going to get more than that. Well, you can get a lot of snow in a La Nina winter. 3 of the 6 snowiest winters in history in Omaha occurred during weak La Ninas, but that's not necessarily the most likely. The recent trend, Julie's a prolific stock trader. You guys don't know this about her, but she says, Bill, the trend is your friend. And the trend recently in these weak La Nina winters, going back to 22, 23, 17, 18, 16, 17, 08, 09, 05, 06, average snow out of all those 17 inches, not that much. Here we go. For Andy Kendi, I think 2 times at least he'll have to use his snow thrower. 2 big snowstorms this winter. Probably more than that, but 2 big snowstorms. 4 school cancellation days for folks that like to track those things, and a total winter snowfall less than average, but better than last year of 20 to 25 inches. So, again, some things to take away. A winter for everyone. We'll get a couple of heavy snowstorms. We'll get some big warm-ups and thaws, but also several of those Yukon cold rush events.
And Andy